Hey guys, here we go again. Man, it's like 50 some episodes. Uh, man, it is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. We're going to watch a little bit of the White House press briefing just after Trump announced or had his speech, the address to the Congress. And I'm just curious in what uh, she has to say, or the president has to say afterwards, that this graceful Democrat show out, turnout, whatever you want to call that, didn't even stand up for the kids. It's actually pretty sickening if you guys, if you think about it, And so, without further ado, we're gonna get started. But what I wanted to say is I don't edit my videos, so I just want to be real with you guys. So I'm not leaving out anything. However, I make the video is how you're seeing it. So that's why I am who I am. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. How are we? I apologize for my tardiness. It's quite the newsy day, and I was with the president talking about that news, so I look forward to taking your questions on it. But first, I want to talk about President Trump's historic and incredible speech last night.
It was historic.
The American people and the entire...
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Donald Trump's address the Congress, I have a video on that where he goes nuclear. I'll post that in the after.
Entire world watched President Trump powerfully lay out how he's renewing the American dream in a record-breaking joint address to Congress. And Americans loved what they heard.
That's right.
According to a CBS YouGov survey, an overwhelming 76% of those watching approved of President Trump's speech last night. The president spoke about how he's taken more than 400 executive actions on his key promises. The expectations were high, and President Trump is...
Question is, were you part of that 76%? Because I was. And a lot of my fans and friends and family, they were too.
Exceeding them.
Sorry, guys. Going a little live.
According to brand new polling from the Daily Mail, President Trump has never been more popular as his approval ratings are reaching historic highs. Yes. More Americans believe America is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. Everyday Americans love this president because he tells it like it is, no matter what. Boys. And he did that last night. President Trump level set with the American people on the economy and exposed how badly Joe Biden screwed it up by causing the worst inflation crisis in 4 decades.
That's right.
President Trump was honest about where we are while making clear that help is on the way. As the president declared last night, he will make America affordable again. Last night, you also saw who motivates the president to work so hard. Everyday Americans who President Trump shined a spotlight on last night in his speech. From Mark Fogel, who President Trump was finally able to reunite with his family and his beautiful 95-year-old mother after being detained in Russia, to Peyton.
You guys got to remember, the Democrats didn't even stand up for any of these people she's about ready to mention. Freaking disgusting. It's just disgusting. I don't understand how they can do that, man. It's just, wow. It's amazing. It is what it is.
McNabb, whose heart-wrenching story motivated President Trump to end men in women's sports. And to Allison and Lauren Phil.
You know, you guys, it sickens me and it saddens me. There's people watching my video right now that just love the Democrats. They voted against having all women's sports. They wanted men in bathrooms with boys and girls. It's disgusting. I don't care what you think. That's my opinion. But they supposed to be for women's rights. That's why they frickin' put the pink uniforms on yesterday and thought how stupid us Americans are. How stupid we are. We're stupid. We must be stupid. I didn't fall for it. Did you guys fall for that? I thought it was just it's disgusting. I'm not letting this country fall. That's why I'm out here at 49 years old making YouTube videos for you guys, man. So you guys don't have to watch the entire video. All these videos. I want you guys to check out my videos. I'll skip through all this crap and highlight what I think. And like I said, it's all unedited, and I'm just here for your pleasure. All right, here we go.
Phillips, the mother and daughter and sister of Laken Riley, who President Trump honored by signing the Laken Riley Act to ensure her name will live on forever. In other amazing and surprise moments, President Trump honored the life of Jocelyn Nungare, who was brutally murdered by illegal alien gang members. He ensured Jocelyn will never be forgotten by renaming a national wildlife refuge in her home state of Texas to honor her life. And in one of the greatest surprise moments of the night, DJ Daniel, an incredible 13-year-old boy who is beating brain cancer, saw his dreams fulfilled by President Trump when he was made an honorary Secret Service agent.
Yeah.
And finally, after nearly 4 years, President Trump delivered justice for the families of the 13 American heroes who were killed at Abbey Gate in the Biden-botched Afghanistan withdrawal, which was one of the worst humiliations in the history of our country.
Hey, I hate to stop this real quick, but we have some breaking news here. Elon Musk Doge, DOGE, has canceled leases at the Obama Presidential Library site, guys. That is huge. Elon Musk Doge cancels lease at Obama's Presidential Library site. Just so you know, my opinion, that Obama will be the first one to go down. What do you guys think? Down below, put in there, what do you guys think? Who's going to go down first? Or anybody? I understand where you're coming from, but some people still think, a friend of mine over in Wisconsin at one point thought nobody was going to get down. It doesn't seem like it. It really doesn't, guys. But I think so. I really, really do think so. Like I was telling my boss today, I told him, I said, if they arrested some of these people right at the beginning, what about the other people? They're still committing crimes. If you arrest somebody, they're not going to commit crimes. They're going to stop, and then it's harder to find. Just let them commit crimes. These people, you have to get as much information on these guys as possible. You see what I mean? You got to build that book because they got money, they got power, they got fame. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion. And then there's one other thing here. Governor Ron DeSantis announces a plan to permanently ban all mRNA vaccine mandates in Florida. Ban all mRNA vaccines mandates in Florida. And then another one is Speaker Mike Johnson, Chief of Staff Hayden Haynes, was arrested for DUI during Trump's speech last night. That's Mike Johnson. Yes, Mike Johnson, the Republican, and we're reporting it. This is General MC News. And another one is, and the last one is Thomas Massie has officially reintroduced the Fed bill to completely dismantle the Federal Reserve, guys. Federal Reserve. Americans would be better off if the Federal Reserve did not exist, guys. I'm going to say that one more time. Thomas Massie has officially reintroduced the End the Fed bill to completely dismantle the Federal Reserve. Americans would be better off if Federal Reserve did not, I repeat, did not exist. Who's not clapping? End the Fed, guys. I don't want to pay my bill. No, just kidding. All right, guys, here we go.
President Trump announced that we have detained Mohammed Sharifullah, the monster who was responsible for that horrific attack, and he was delivered to Dulles Airfield earlier this morning. On his first day in office, President Trump's national security team across the federal government prioritized intelligence gathering to locate this evil individual. President Trump's team shared intelligence with regional partners such as Pakistan, who helped identify this monster in the borderland area late last month.
Thank you, Pakistan.
Mohammed confessed to his crimes related to Abbeygate and other attacks in Russia and Iran as well to the Pakistanis. And U.S. law enforcement officers traveled to Pakistan over the weekend, where he again confessed his crimes to the FBI. As President Trump said last night, this killer will now face the swift sword of American justice for these atrocities right here on United States soil. Joe Biden was responsible for this botched withdrawal, and he had 3 years to find this evil terrorist, and he didn't even try to get the job done. But President Trump campaigned on behalf of and grew very close to the Gold Star families. He promised them accountability, and last night, he kept his promise. He spoke to those Gold Star families yesterday, ahead of his speech, in an incredibly heartwarming call to share this incredible news.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only president that I know
truly
that
transformed by
gets to know
Wedgwood,
these
but
people.
sometimes, you know, the biggest transformation is...
And as President
crazy.
Trump asked in his
That's
speech
awesome.
last night,
They love
how
him.
could anyone possibly be opposed to any of this action that he is taking?
Democrats that have Trump derangement syndrome. Can we say Trump derangement syndrome? I know there's a lot of people out there that have Trump derangement syndrome, and they can't get past it. It's pretty sad.
Well, apparently, the modern-day Democrat Party could. The behavior of Democrats last night was completely disgraceful and demonstrated how severely out of touch they are with the American public. It was the most shameful moment in the history of presidential addresses in that beautiful chamber.
100%.
And what was supposed to be a unifying moment for our country, Democrat members of Congress instead screamed at the President of the United States, who was just overwhelmingly reelected by their constituents, walked out of the chamber, and worst of all, they disrespected the American people. Democrats didn't stand.
Man, I tell you what, that was the most blatant disrespect ever. But then again, I know Republicans sort of did something similar to Joe Biden. So there's a big difference because Mike Johnson called pretty quick, and Nancy Pelosi, I think she don't even remember the thing. So all I'm saying is last night was pretty disgusting how the Democrats display of, it's crazy.
And to keep men out of women's sports, they couldn't even clap for a girl who got her head smashed in by a man on a volleyball court. Democrats didn't stand for an innocent and beautiful child who is surviving brain cancer. They opposed eliminating taxes on tips and Social Security. They didn't stand in favor of cutting taxes for hardworking Americans. They couldn't even clap for two mothers whose daughters were killed by illegal aliens. One of the only things that could get Democrats off their feet last night was cheering for Ukraine, not for America.
That's right. Pocahontas said she's in favor for another 5 years of the Ukrainian war.
Last night was a very clarifying moment for our country.
Yeah.
The Democrats exposed themselves as the party of insanity and hate.
I mean, I agree with the insanity and hate, but I also agree with they exposed themselves as the swamp. I mean, look at it this way. If you look at it like it's the Great Awakening, which it is, they're exposing all these people. So you will wake up to the fact that these people are corrupt and evil. Woo.
The party that wants to put America last. They've allowed their Trump derangement syndrome to stop them from celebrating America and our people. And we will not allow them to forget that.
No.
And it's not just the Democrat Party.
Nope.
The mainstream media still doesn't get it. Last night, MSNBC's Nicole Wallace disgustingly looped in a 13-year-old boy with brain cancer into an attack on the president over January 6th. And CNN's first chyron out of the speech called it divisive. President Trump wasn't divisive. The Democrats were. And CNN was proven wrong by their own viewers, 69% of whom, in a post-speech poll, said they had a positive reaction to the president's speech. It's sad and frankly pathetic that Democrats and liberals in the legacy media continue to allow their hatred for the president to override their love for our country. But nevertheless, the president will continue to unify this nation through policies that are grounded in common sense and that uplift all Americans.
That's right, man. That's what he's out there to do. He's out there to lift all Americans. All you have to do is see it. All you have to do is see it, and then you'll be like, whoa, this is way better. You'll be happier.
We have an individual in our new media seat today, Mary Margaret Olohan, who is the Daily Wire's first ever White House correspondent. Congratulations, Mary Margaret.
That's awesome.
The Daily Wire was founded 10 years ago by Ben Shapiro. The Daily Wire now has over 1 million paid subscribers, a monthly network reach of 138 million, and has evolved into a leading conservative multimedia giant.
That's what I want to be. I'm gonna go to the president. I'm gonna go talk to the president. You know, I'm gonna be right there, live. Dude, that would be so cool. Hey, man, there's my dogs. My wife must be home, but hey, guys. If you guys been here this long, subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm trying to talk over my dogs barking. My wife's home, and I mean that's pretty much it on that. And yeah, I'm gonna go just a little bit longer here.
They are now the 5th largest podcast network in the world and home to some of the top-ranked shows. With that, I will take your questions, and Mary Margaret, why don't you kick us off?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, see what's happening is they're allowing people like me into the White House to ask sensible questions, and they're going to get rid of the other people. Well, that's just my opinion. So, maybe not.
Karoline, it's great to be here.
I'm just going to go through a couple questions here, and then I'm going to go ahead and end it here. We're about 20 minutes.
Thanks. So I had 2 questions, if that's okay. The first on last night and the second on Maine. You talked about behavior from Democrat lawmakers, a lot of disruptions, and I just wanted to kind of go back to that. We saw Democrat lawmakers not stand for Laken Riley, for Peyton McNabb, for the son of a slain police officer and 13-year-old cancer survivor. What are the optics of that nationally, just in terms of not just the people who were in the room last night, but across the nation? And also,
I mean, before she even answers it, I'd like to see what you guys think. Them not standing up. Question answered down below, guys. Let me know. Hey, guys, with that being said, I'm going to end this video. It is Karoline Leavitt's briefing. Calls out the Dems. And please like and subscribe. I think it's like 79% of you are not subscribers. If you guys would subscribe, that would be amazing. And I will link a video where Trump goes nuclear on these Democrats, where she's talking about. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you.